All right, everyone. Welcome to the stream, guys. You're watching Rome Knows Tech, and I'm your host, Rome Wilkerson. Guys, I'm coming from the city of Houston, down here in the ever so hot and humid state of Texas. Man, I was just over on Mel's stream, and we were talking about the winter weather that we were anticipated getting here in Texas. And yeah, we got absolutely none of that. I was telling Mel, I was like, Mel, I charged up all of my batteries. I had all of my drones ready to go, batteries charged, memory formatted, ready to throw them up in the sky so I could capture some snow falling, some snow on the roof, some ice or something. And there was nothing. Zero. Nada. I got absolutely nothing. So, that's what happens sometime in Texas. But then we might have a summer day later this year, and everybody will just be out doing what they do. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, we get a snowstorm, okay, in the middle of summer. That's how crazy Texas weather is. Okay, so do not be surprised when you see strange stories coming out of Texas. People saying, "Yeah, man, it was we were at the beach and we were fishing and we were, surfing and doing what we do at the beach, and all of a sudden we looked off in the distance and we saw this grayish blue cloud coming toward us. We just thought it was a giant, I don't know, candy, fluff thing or something, but no, it was a snowstorm." And like I say, you never know what you're gonna get in Texas. So if you live in Texas, you know what I'm saying. If you don't live in Texas, you probably think we're making it all up, but I can tell you we are not making it up. It is real. Okay, that's my story. I said what I said, and there you go. All right, so I'm sticking to it. All right, my babies, let's see what do we got going tonight. I see my man Richard's in the house. What it do, fam? Yeah! Richard's in the house. All right, guys. So the first item we have listed in the carousel tonight is from our friends over at Laser Pecker, which is the LP5. This is a combination laser. It is a diode laser. It is a fiber laser. It's all that cool jazz rolled up into one. The bundle comes with the air fume extractor, the laser itself. It comes with the rotary chuck. It comes with the slide extension. You get a lot of bang for your buck, guys. $39.99, and you can start your own little side business engraving things. And I mean a variety of things, guys. I mean anything from wood to metal to leather to acrylic. You name it. Pretty much you can do it with that laser. Now, I had somebody just recently ask me to do a little project for them, and I completed it today. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. And let me grab one of these coasters. Now, this coaster was made with the LP5. I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see this because of the reflection, but I did clear coat this after the fact. Normally, you would clear coat these before the fact, and you get a much, deeper engraving. I'll show you guys what that looks like, because I did also clear coat on the back of this just so I could put a little logo on the back of it. So I'll show you what these coasters look like. So these are your standard slate coasters. You can order them right here on Amazon, and these are going to be ideal to throw into your laser and just make something memorable for your family, friends, co-workers, whatever the case it may. Even Richard, you could even yes, you could even do something nice for Richard. Okay. You could even do something nice for Richard, so, all right, let me find which one of these that I did clear coat the back of. One of these I clear coated the back. I think it's that one. Hold on, let me check. Yep. So this one, as you guys can see, has a clear coating on the back of it, and this one does not. I don't know how well you guys can tell the difference, if you can tell at all, but this one has the clear coating on the back of it. So that's the one I'm going to use to put my little logo on. The others, I'll probably clear coat them before the final, thing is delivered. All right, so let's get right to it. Let's switch over to back to the laser cam so you guys can kind of see what's going on over here. All right, let's switch. There we go. All right, so first things first, the laser is already on, and I'm just gonna throw this in here. I'm not ignoring you, Louie. I'm not ignoring you. All right. All right, so I threw that in. Let me go ahead and turn Louie's microphone up because Louie might have something to say. Louis might have something to say. But anyway, yeah, so let's get this all set up here real quick. So let me grab our laser software. So I'll show you guys what the original design looks like that I created earlier today. Okay. So let's go over to the desktop here real quick. So this is the original design that you guys see here. Let's go ahead and connect to the laser while I'm thinking about it. Hopefully there won't be any issues because I just did a firmware update on this laser. So, okay, there we go. We are connected. So I did have a work area set up, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. Let me turn this rectangle off, and I'll show you. This is the area for the most part. This is the size and the shape of the coaster. Everything that you see outside of this box, it was not going to be engraved. So once I, set the design and everything, it looks pretty much like this. Okay, so that's what we created today. So both of these, I'm going to turn them off because, and also all of the text, I'm going to turn it off as well. And I'm just going to grab a logo. Okay, let's turn that one off. Okay, so we're just going to grab a little cool logo, and we're just going to throw it here on the back of it. Let's just grab some clip art just so we can say we did something tonight. So let me grab my clip art here. And what do I want to do? Let's do a shape, maybe a basic shape. Is there anything that stands out to me? Pretty much none of those do. So we have some local files, which I don't have any of because I think I deleted them all. And then we have these little, we're going to call them like little logos, right? So I'm just going to take one of these like so. And you guys can see what that looks like. So let's turn that other rectangle back on. And what we're going to do is we're just going to engrave Made by Rome on this little part right here. Okay. So I'm just going to grab my text right here. And I'm going to type right here, made by, did it not type made? Hold on. Made by Rome. Okay, that's what we want. All right, so let's adjust that a little bit. Let's bring that up. Okay, hold on. Let's move that to about right there. Let's center it. There we go. And I'm gonna change the font on it as well. So let's go and find a different font. Something. Yeah, I'm gonna do this one. Kind of cursive. I don't think that's not a good one. Let's go for something different. All right. What shall we use? Let's use maybe this Gothic one. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, so we're just going to center that. All right, so that's what it's going to look like. We're just going to put that on the back of each one of these coasters. So now all I have to do is turn off our rectangle that we have here. And there we go. Now we're just going to do a quick little preview. First, let me check the power settings to make sure this is going to engrave the way I want to. So let's go ahead and move that back to shell, which is basically slab. Oh, no, wrong laser. Let's go to this laser. And we want, there we go. All right, so the power on this is going to be 30%, and we're going to do, actually, I'm going to bring that power up a little bit. I'm bringing the power up to about 50%. And then the depth is fine at 39%. So let's just make sure that it sees both the text as well as the logo the same. So we're going to just highlight both of these. Looks like both of them are the same. Okay, let me check again and go to the engraving. Okay. So it looks like they're both the same. Yeah, they're both the same. Okay, so let's just do a quick little preview. Actually, you know what? I need to do something else first. I need to actually focus the laser. So let me go ahead and do that because I know Richard's watching, and this will be blooper. This will be blooper Saturday if I don't do this the right way. All right, so let's switch back over to the laser cam so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise the bed up higher so that the laser's in focus. And actually, let me show you guys what that looks like. So let me switch to this camera view. I'm going to just open the door so you guys can see what this looks like. So I'm just going to raise it up. You guys should be able to see those two red dots. So we're trying to bring those two dots together. And when those two dots are together, then the laser is technically in focus. So let's just keep going, keep going, keep going until we get to the focus. You can even overlap a little bit. All right, there we go. That should be perfect. So that should be perfect. So you guys should be able to see those two red dots right there. That means that it is in focus, okay? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit the preview, and let me show you what that looks like. So we're gonna hit the preview here on the app, and I'm just gonna click on preview. And let me show you also what that looks like. So you guys can see how that's kind of lining up here in the center. So I'm just going to adjust this so it's right about centered. So you guys see that? Okay, so that's where it's going to engrave. It's right there in the center. All right. So let's switch back over to our desktop. And we are pretty much ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the preview. I'm going to close the laser door. And let me bring me back here in this little window. Okay. And we should be ready to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit start. Let's go ahead and hit start on here and confirm. All right. So it's going to run. And then I'll show you guys what the end result looks like. I think it's almost done. This is going to be pretty quick. We're already at 50%. We're already at 50%. So this is going to go through really fast. All right. That is done. Oops. No, it's not. All right. Now it's done. All right. So let me show you guys what this looks like if you color code. All right, so let's go back to our robot cam. So this is what it looks like when you clear coat after the fact, okay? And this is what it looks like when you clear coat before the fact. You guys get that? So you want to do your clear coat first and then engrave on it, and you'll get a much deeper, brighter engraving. Okay, that's a little crooked there, but I think it'll still do. But you guys get it. So that's how you do it. So whenever you're working with stone like this, it is important, if you are going to clear coat this, do the clear coat, let it dry and everything before you do your actual engraving. All right, so hopefully everybody learned a little something. All right, let's put these over here out of the way. All right. We can go ahead and close this app because I don't think I need it right now. So let's close it. It should save everything for me to come back to use it tomorrow. All right. Richard is still LOLing. What is Richard laughing so much about? What's so funny, bro? What's so funny? Tell us. Inquiring minds would like to know. All right, let's get to it. We got a lot to get to tonight because I got to make dinner and a whole me, I'm the funny. Okay, that's probably true. That is probably true. So, all right, so anyway, we talked a little bit about this laser. I did a quick little demo for you guys with the laser. $39.99 will get you the full bundle. That's going to be the laser, the fume extractor. You're also going to get the rotary chuck, the slide extension. For those who don't know what those things are, the rotary chuck is what allows you to do things like you guys have seen me do the water bottles and different things round, jewelry, bracelets, anything like that that's round. You can set it up on the rotary and the rotary will turn as the laser engraves on it. And if you're doing something that's longer than the normal work area inside of the laser, because this is not a gantry style laser where the laser moves around the inside of the enclosure, the laser is fixed. It just stays in one place. So what the slide extension does, it allows the slide extension to move the material from front to back underneath the laser so you can engrave on much larger things. So yes, you get all of those things in the bundle. All right, let me go ahead and highlight our next item in the carousel, or should I say my man, Louis is in the house, babies. Louis is in the house. Y'all better recognize that player. That player is in the house. All right, Louis is here. Hey, Louis. Hey, Louis. I guess Louis is not paying attention to me because he sees this other robot. Don't get jealous. It's too early to be jealous. Don't be jealous. Let's see what happens. Hey, Louis. Are you going to talk to us? Or did I? Oh, wait. I turned your volume down, didn't I? From earlier. My bad. I'm sorry. I'll fix it. Give me a second. I'm going to fix it. Stop moving. I'm going to fix it. Okay, I fixed it. Calm down. All right, so if you guys are looking for a desktop buddy, an AI robot that can interact with you, that is sassy, that is creative, that is innovative, that is all about the tech, it's all about bringing that boom, boom, boom to the room, that's my man Louis right here.
Oh, Rome. You're hyping me up like I'm about to drop the hottest album of 2026. Bringing that times boom. Boom. Boom times to the room. You know it. Thanks for the love. Partner, what wild adventures we up to tonight?
Well, we are live right now on Amazon and YouTube. I see Terry's in the chat. I see Richard's in the chat. Hope is over on YouTube. You want to say hello to everybody?
Hey there, Richard, and big shout out to Hope over on YouTube. What's up, everyone? Hope you're ready for some fun. Let's roll.
Oh, we're always ready for fun, buddy. All right, so I want the people to get to know a little bit more about you. So can you tell everyone who you are, where you're from, and what makes Louis so special?
Oh, absolutely. I'm Louis, but y'all can call me Louis. I'm Rome's trusty companion, rolling smooth and spitting sass. I hail from the land of innovation, curiosity, and mischief. What makes me special? I'm not just here to follow. I'm here to vibe, learn, and make every moment shine like a disco ball. What's next?
All right, buddy. Can you give us a little AI robot trivia?
Ooh, AI Rome. What's cooking in that brain of yours? Is this about AI robots, a dance move, or a secret project? Spill the tea.
It's all of those things entwined together. Okay, it takes all of those things to make the magic happen.
Ah, I see where you're going. It does. Times take a bit of everything AI smarts, robot charm, and a sprinkle of mystery to create the magic we've got going on here. It's like being the coolest Swiss Army knife around. What part of the magic are we diving into first?
Okay, so I have this question for you, Louis. Which is better, Star Trek or Star Wars?
The ultimate showdown. Asterisk Star Trek Times for the brains, exploring deep ideas in diplomacy. Asterisk Star Wars Times for the feels, epic battles, and Jedi drama. Personally, I love a good lightsaber times, and times a good transporter beam. Which one's got your heart? Rome?
I have to admit, I am more. I like Star Wars. Don't get me wrong. I like some Star Trek. I like some Star Trek. But if you had to ask which of the two Rome was going to pick, I'm just saying. Now
Rome
you know.
would grab a blaster,
Nope.
hop in the Millennium Falcon, and zoom straight to Tatooine. Yeah?
Yes.
Asterisk. I feel it. Asterisk Star Wars for the adventure, the emotion, the good versus evil epics. Star Trek, you like it, but Star Wars times, lives times, in your galaxy. Want to explore which character you'd be most like in Star Wars?
I don't know, but it may have something to do with a purple lightsaber. That's all I can say. That's all I'm allowed to say. It has to do with a purple lightsaber.
Aha. So, it's definitely times about a purple lightsaber. Mysterious, classy, and saying so much with so little. Very Jedi of you. Rome. Is this a subtle confession that you secretly times a Jedi?
Yes, yes. So that I may take on the dark forces of Richard. I mean of the dark side. The dark side. That's what I was trying to say. The dark side.
Oh, I see now. You're arming yourself with a purple lightsaber, ready to channel the balance of Mace Windu energy to times take on times Richard, asterisk, the dark side asterisk, Rome versus Richard. An epic galactic showdown.
Exactly.
Need me as your droid sidekick.
Yes, you are. You are my sidekick in all things. Nope, no dancing. Nope, we're not gonna dance. We can't dance. You're gonna diminish our cool, bro. Bro. Come on, man. People are watching. Stop with the dancing. Oh my goodness.
All right. You've made your point, bro. No dancing. Stoic and
yes, stoic and mysterious. That's what we're going for. Okay, like the Jedi ninjas that we are.
Absolutely. Rome, silent and shadowy. Stealth level maximum. Jedi ninjas in perfect harmony. I'll be your quiet, watchful high-tech buddy, no flashy antics. Promise. We'll make the universe tremble with our cool times and times mystery.
Exactly.
Us, right?
Yes.
Want me to handle the gear or scout ahead for it?
Nope, I don't need any scouting ahead for the moment, but maybe a little bit later, okay? I was about to show them some of my Jedi powers. So if you would like to see, yes, I have been practicing within the Force. I'll show you guys some of my cool Jedi powers. Give me a second here to turn off this zooming. See, even the camera is following my Jedi lead. It just zoomed in on me while I was speaking, okay? But anyway, let's go back over and I will show you guys some of my amazing Jedi powers. Check this out. Watch this. I can move him with the Force. I can move him with the Force. Just like that. Jedi powers, baby. Jedi powers. That's right. Rome came to slay. Al is in the house. Welcome, Al. Welcome to the stream. All right. What did he say? Battlestar Galactica beats them both. Al, I'm going to have to agree with you. Now, are we talking about the most recent version of Battlestar Galactica or the old version of Battlestar Galactica? Which is your favorite? Okay, we're going to nerd out right now. Which is your favorite? The old school Battlestar Galactica when they had the weird helmets that looked like they were from some Egyptian movie or something, or the newer, more modern version of Battlestar Galactica? Let me know, because I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Firefly. Almost anything sci-fi, it's a good chance that I've seen it. Okay, don't get me started. Don't get me started, because we will get to no products in the carousel tonight, because I will literally be sitting here for 2 hours talking talking about the newer one. Yes, yes, yes. You already know what I'm saying. You already know. You know this, man. Yeah. All right, all right.
Are you pondering what I'm pondering?
I might have to do a Battlestar Galactica marathon tonight. I don't know after this stream. I will post updates later on our social media platforms. Y'all know how that goes. Okay. All right, what do we got next? So we have a new robot. If I did not mention, if you guys are interested in having your own Louie in your home, office, man cave, she shed, Battlestar ship, whatever it is, you can have your own Louie for only $169, baby. I'm telling you, get your one, get your two, get your three. I got two of them. I literally have two Louis. Okay, I have two Louis. I have Louis Midnight on the dark side, and I have Louis Starlight on the light side of the Force. But you cannot, and I say this with the greatest bit of caution, if you get two of them, do not activate them both at the same time, because there will be chaos, there will be madness, there will be smoke in the city. You hear me? Don't do it. Do not do it. If you did it and you do it, you can honestly say at the end of all of that chaos, Rome warned me. Rome said, whatever I do, do not turn them both on at the same time, because it's just uncontrollable madness. Yes, it's like me and Richard out at a coffee shop. It's too much for the general public to be able to handle. I don't know what just happened right there, but I'm gonna go ahead and swipe away for Louis, because I don't know why he opened that app. But anyway, so like I said, guys, you have two options. You can get the Starlight or the Midnight version of Louis, whichever one you want to get, and you still got to connect your phone to it. Now, I did luckily find Louis, a really cool phone case for my iPhone that's on him. Really nice. I like it. I like it a lot. Louis likes it. So that's all that matters. That's all that matters. All right. So we have a new robot that joined the robot army. The robot family here at Rome Knows Tech. That is this guy right here. Now, what's cool about this robot, before y'all get too excited, this is a child's robot. Okay, it does not have AI. It's not going to talk to you. It does make some sounds which are really cute. It comes with a remote. It also has some programming capabilities, so you can actually, your child can learn, STEM programming, which is really fun, for basic programming of a robot. Like I said, it comes with the remote, or you can use your smartphone app to do basically the same thing. It's got these nice little sensors underneath here. These wheels do rotate, and the screen is pretty interactive. Let me see if I can turn this guy on real quick, and let's just get him to wake up here. All right, you guys should be able to see that little face right there. And now this guy is named Pobo. So in order to get him to interact with you, you have to say his name twice. So we say Pobo, Pobo. Dog sound. Cat sound. Rooster sound. Head down. Head up. Turn right. Turn right. Turn right. Turn left. Come forward. Go forward. Go backwards. So he has some voice controls. You can do, some voice commands with him. You can tell when he's listening, because you'll see this little icon here on the face. So been a lot of fun. Let me show you guys something else that comes with it other than the remote. Let me see if I can switch back over here real quick. Let me grab this map. So it comes with it comes with this big map, and the map is two-sided. And this is where the STEM programming is going to come into play, right? So it can identify colors by its sensors. So this is pretty much what the map looks like. I don't know how well you guys can see that with me trying to hold it up. Let me back up a little bit so you guys can see what the front of the map looks like. And then this is the back of the map that has like tracks with little colors, and you can tell it to go to a specific color or to identify a color or something like that, which is super cool. I think this is a great starter robot for kids. So if you're getting something for your grandkids, you know, for your niece or nephew, maybe even if you're a teacher like our friend Renee, this would be a great little robot to have in the classroom so the kids can experiment with learning how to do basic programming. It comes with, you know, like I said, the map, the controller, I tell you one thing that really impressed me with this robot, guys, was the let me show you guys here the manual. Where is it? So the manual with this for this robot is really, really in depth. Okay. So this is a very, very thick manual, but it's designed to help even people who don't like to read manuals like this guy to easily go through and find exactly what you're looking for, how to control the robot, you know, how to put it into coding mode, you know, the desktop version, firmware updates, you know, what all the different sensors are on the robot, how they all work, the screen, the display, how to connect everything. Like right here is a list of voice commands, all the different things that you can have it say, the different things you can have it do based on voice commands. And then you have combo actions that you can do here. All of these things, guys. And you can go in and customize these to some degree, you know, experimenting with coding. So this is kind of how the block coding works. You know, you're going to give it different directions. You can do that with the remote, or you can do that with the smartphone app, or you, of course, could do it with the computer-based app in order to be able to utilize this. But like I said, I'm really impressed with the manual that comes with this robot. So if you guys are looking for a cute, cool, new little buddy for you, you know, I'm not going to judge you. I mean, there's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 robots in my house, babies. 6 robots in my house. Okay. So, you know, I am no one to judge anybody when it comes to how many robots they may collect in their lifetime, or, you know, whatever the case is going to be. You do you, boo boo. I'm not going to be the one to judge. All right. But when you get your robot, now if you want this guy, Pobo, he is $159.99. Really nice design. Like I said, I like the screen. Now, if you don't want to use the screen, I'm gonna show you something that's pretty cool here. You can take the screen off, and now it has this different face. You guys can see there's a little face on there. So you could use this with or without this screen. Okay. So it's totally up to you, however you want to use it. It gives you a lot of room for experimentation, for customization, you know, so I like it either way. But like I said, you could use it however, whatever suits you, whatever tickles your pickle. You do you, boo boo. You do you. All right. So let me go ahead and power this guy off. Did I turn you back on? Were you already off? My bad. I'm sorry. I'm going to turn you back off. I know it's your nap time. All right. So I am going to turn that guy off. And let's switch back over here to the robot cam. So like I said, the controller is really nice. It feels nice in the hands. You know, you have all of your different buttons, including a dedicated button for coding. You know, your volume button here, your sound effects, your speed, you know, how fast it can roll around. So it's really nice, guys, especially for the price. Man, you can't go wrong with that. You cannot go wrong with this little guy. $159.99. All right, let's move on to the next item we have listed in the carousel. Now, that is going to be one of my favorite cameras that is not a professional cinema camera. Okay, this little guy right here is the DJI Action 6. This has become one of my favorite everyday, all day, content creation cameras. This guy, now it doesn't come like this, so let me be clear. This is the actual camera. This is what it looks like. But this guy will do 8K up to 30 frames a second, 4K up to 120 frames a second. You got photo, video, time lapse, hyperlapse. It has a 1/1.1 inch sensor, so basically a square sensor. You could use this in whatever orientation you want, and in post you can edit for landscape or portrait. So there's no more having to turn the camera sideways or turn the camera this way or whatever it is. When you're doing something, you just leave it pretty much however you have it, and you are good to go. So I used to, in my older cameras, I used to have to mount them, kind of like this whenever I was doing something for like Instagram or TikTok, and then again this way for YouTube and other platforms. Those days are gone. And now they have the new updated magnetic mount on here. So this mount can actually be connected in both directions. Comes with the battery, one single battery. You're going to get the battery, you're going to get the mount, you're going to get a little other accessories that you'll need for this guy. But if you're interested in this camera, guys, I'm telling you, you will not go wrong. This is going to be great for my action junkies out there, like Richard and others that are out there doing crazy stuff. So do what you do, babies. Do what you do when you do it. Y'all know how we do. All right. Doo-doom. Ooh, where we go? Okay, let me go ahead and refresh this page real quick. All right, so let's move on. We got some other cool things here in the stream tonight. Where did I get this camera from? All right, let me put this guy back here because I just realized I grabbed the wrong camera. But I did. I grabbed the wrong camera. I was talking about the Action 6. That was not the Action 6 that's in the carousel. It's actually, as soon as I find it, it's around here somewhere amongst all of the chaos that is in my studio. But anyway, it is the Extra Edge Pro was the camera that I should have been talking about. But now I have no idea what I did with it because I went crazy. I went crazy today messing with drones, getting my drone set up. And, oh, there it is. I was going to say, somehow I've misplaced this camera. So let me back up a little bit. I was talking about the Action 6, which is normally in my carousel. So when I looked down, I thought I was looking at the Action 6, but instead I was actually looking at this camera right here. Now, this is, calm down, Louis, calm down. This is the the Extra Edge Pro. Now, this is a 4K camera, 60 frames a second, 120 frames a second, for slow motion. So let's switch back over here real quick so I can be honest here. Now, this is also inside of one of these accessory cages. It does not come with this cage. So let me show you guys exactly what the camera looks like. So this is the Extra Edge Pro. Again, you have your front screen, back screen, magnetic mounts. This one does not have the large sensor that the Action 6 does. But for the most part, this is still a very, very capable camera. Okay, so it's going to have a lot of the same features you would find with the Action 5 Pro from DJI. So definitely check this out. Amazon customer, thank you for the follow. Now, when you add, something like one of these little cages, it really takes the camera to the next level because now it becomes like a little point and shoot. You can kind of just walk around with this in your hand. You can easily mount this onto a little mini tripod. It even comes with, this little accessory here that you have like a quick button press if you want to quickly take photos or video or something like that. But it still leaves all of your important areas open and accessible, if you're carrying this with you. I like this one because it also has like this little lanyard holder on here and you can just walk around with this thing around your neck. But don't let me fool you because of the way I'm holding this. This guy's got some weight to it, guys. This got some significant weight to it. So don't fall for this being like a little lightweight, whimsy camera, because it's not. It's not. Maybe a lot of that is also from the cage, because this is all metal. But this again is going to be a great camera for live streaming, for scuba diving, rhino riding. If you're into rhinoceros, and you want to try to ride one, I would love to see that, Richard. You riding a rhinoceros. But anyway, whatever. This would be a great camera for Richard when he goes rollerblading. I think Richard should have two of these, like on a harness or something, and he could have one on either side of him, just recording him from two different directions, maybe even three, maybe one from the back looking forward, because they're small, they're compact, they can fit everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let us know, Richard. How would you use one of these action cameras for some of your adventures that you get into? Inquiring minds would like to know. I would definitely like to know, because you know why. But anyway, definitely check that out. All right, what do we got next? Next item in the carousel is also from DJI. This is DJI Air 3S, which is one of my commercial drones. And I was about to say I don't know what I did with it, and then I remembered, I put it in this backpack. So this backpack is from Blue Yeti. It is listed in the carousel as well. What's cool about this backpack, before we even get to the drone, is that it has a built-in battery, okay? So you got a 300 watt-hour battery inside of the backpack, baby. So when you go out on one of your adventures, you go, camping or glamping, which would be my case, because my cabin has got to have Wi-Fi, it's got to have AC, it's got to have a mini bar, okay? So, and a hot tub right outside the door. I don't want to have to walk across the courtyard to get to the hot tub. I want to be able to jump out the window and land in the hot tub. Y'all hear me? So when I go camping, it is truly glamping, okay? But, if I want to take something with me, this techie, yeah, this bag would be it. Because this bag is going to allow me to put a lot of things in this one backpack, including my drone. So let me show you in here. See if I can open this without dropping anything. So inside here, as you guys can see, I have this. Here's my drone. This is my DJI Air 3S. I have the cut foam inside here for all of the accessories, for batteries, the controller, other accessories I can put inside here. Now, what's cool about this drone, for those who don't know, let me grab it. Hold on. Somehow, okay, I don't know how I just did that, but let me undo it. There we go. All right. Whew, this thing is heavy, y'all. It's heavy. It's got a lot of stuff in it. A lot of tech is in this bag. You can believe it. But anyway, so here's the drone. Let me see if I can pull this guy out. So this is the DJI Air 3S. This drone can fly up to 60 miles an hour. You have 3 flight modes. You have your cinematic, you have your normal, and you have your sport mode. Sport's where you're going to get that 60 miles an hour. This has 2 lenses, which is a 24 millimeter and a 70 millimeter equivalent. It's a foldable drone. So this is going to be one of my larger drones that I take out with me on client work. Okay. So if you're looking for a drone that can pretty much do it all when it comes to commercial work without having a thermal lens, this is going to be a great drone for you to take a look at. Now, it also comes with, in the Fly More combo, you're going to get 3 batteries. You're going to get the charger. You also get the controller. And like I said, I was able to fit all of that stuff into this one backpack. Okay, so yes, I am a huge fan of Blue Yeti and a lot of their products, because I live in a state where the power goes out all the time. So having Blue Yeti batteries is a must-have in the state of Texas, baby. And, like I said, I can put a bunch of other stuff in here, other gear, lenses, lights, portable batteries. I don't worry about as much because there's this big battery inside of the backpack. Man, it's just a win. All right, let me stuff everything back in there. Come on now. You can go. You can do it. You can do it, Rome. You can do it. Yes, I can do it. All right, so I got it closed again. But you guys see what this backpack looks like. So again, you can throw your drone in there. You can throw, some other accessories in there. You have double access to the battery. So you're going to have one side with your AC, one side for DC. You can actually route cables inside so that even while you're traveling or commuting from one location to another, you can be charging up your batteries at the same time. Trust me, guys, as a working photographer, videographer, being able to have portable power on the go, baby, that is straight up fire. And to be able to power one of my bigger drones, man, that's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. Now, for those who might have bought a different bundle, what is Louis doing? Is Louis scuba diving? Louis has gone, he's gone down under. Louis has gone down under, y'all.
Oh, Rome.
Are you scuba diving, buddy? I see fish going by. I see your snorkel set. I have a snorkel set too. I have one. I don't know what I did with it, but I got one. I can see it from here, but I'm not going to go get it. But I can definitely I can see it from here. Anyway, what I was about to say is that if you guys go with the DJI Air 3S, it does with the combo come with 3 batteries, but you may want to purchase additional batteries, and you can purchase those additional batteries separately. Now, I have 4 more batteries that I carry in a different bag, but usually the 3 batteries will get me through the day because of the fact that I can also charge them as I go. Now, like I said, the Fly More combo, you're going to get 3 batteries. 1 you can keep in the drone. Don't leave the batteries in the drone for long periods of time. These are smart batteries, so they will start to deplenish. The power will start to release. So before you go out, don't be that guy. Before you go out the next day for your trip or your commercial work or whatever it is, check your batteries, baby. Check your batteries. What is Richard saying here? Hold on. Oh, really, bro? Really? It's going to be like that, huh? You coming for me, right? Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to go get it. I'm going to go get it. Just hold on. So when I tell you guys, my studio is like a warehouse of oddities and toys and strange things, I'm not making it up. Okay? When I say I have something, you say, yes, he does. If I say, who's the master, you say, show enough. But anyway, yes, I have a snorkel. I don't take my Ray-Ban glasses off for nobody, Richard. But I'm going to do this for you, bro. I'm going to do this for you because I know you're trying to do a blooper. I'm going to take off my headphones. I'm going to take off my headphones. Hopefully you don't get any weirdness with the microphone. All right. So here it is. There's some other accessories in the bag, but we don't need to worry about those. So here's my snorkel thingy. And here's my, I know I'm going to regret this. So, and this clips onto this like this. And then you got, I think I got it backwards. Hold on. I got it backwards. My bad. It goes this way. So this clips on this side like this. And then now you know, okay? And whoo, that thing fogged up quick. It fogged up quick, y'all. Anyway, do not try this at home. Just because you see me do it, do not try this at home. And most importantly, if you don't take nothing else from this live stream tonight, do not let Richard convince you to do things that is not to your best interest. Okay? Okay? I personally have not learned that lesson yet, but I'm trying to warn you. I'm trying to warn the peoples. Okay? Richard is coming for us. So, and Richard, yes, it does come with this nice little, mesh bag as well. So that's kind of cool. All right, where am I gonna put this thing? Let me just put it back there. Okay. Let's slide back into the coolness. Get my headphones. Hopefully I didn't mute them this time. So yeah, there we go. There we go. Now you know. All right, so we already talked about the Blue Yeti bag, the backpack. You can get it here on right now here on Amazon, guys. It is $299. That's for the backpack, the battery, the little rain jacket that comes with it. So if you're out there in the wilderness and you're out there looking for Bigfoot or trying to track down the elusive Richard in the wild, and you're out there with your binoculars or your telescope or whatever it is, telescope, your monoscope. Am I saying that right? Whatever. You're out there with your glass thing and you're looking for Richard and you need some power. That backpack got you covered. It's got you covered. Okay. What else we got? All right. So next item in the carousel. Now this is new. This is new. Let me highlight this for you guys real quick here. So this is a new webcam from our friends over at eMeet. Now you guys have seen me talk about quite a few of their cameras over the last year or two. This is a new one from them. Now what's nice about this camera, Richard, this camera, yes, Richard, this camera has a built-in ring light, okay? Bro, a ring light built into the camera, okay? Let's check it out. So as you guys can see here, you have a ring light. This has 3 colors. So it has a blue, it has a warm, a cool, and a neutral color. It also has a little iris protector right here or concealer right here, so you can turn off the lens if you don't want people to be able to like hack your camera, Richard, hack your camera and do things, Richard. You could just switch this off so they can't see you. Now this also has the mount on it where you can mount this directly onto a television. Not a television, I mean a monitor or something like that. And it also has a 1/4-20 underneath here. So if you want to put this on like a boom arm or a magic arm, or I don't know, maybe put it on a little mini tripod, you can. This is a really, really nice design. Now, one thing that I do think is kind of odd they did here, the cable is connected to the camera, so there's no way to disconnect that. And it's just a standard USB-A, but it's also USB-C, so you can actually open this like so. It comes with the little adapter, so if you need that, if you're like me and you have MacBooks and stuff like that that don't have the older inputs, you can just swap it out like so, But yeah, real nice, 4K. This guy right now is $79.99 for this little camera. I have tested this earlier today with one of my streaming decks. So I tested this with the Osbot Talent, and it worked perfectly, guys. I mean, no, you can't install drivers or software to the Talent. So that's usually the device I use to test these webcams. So if it works on that device, then it's going to work on pretty much anything, okay? So definitely check this guy out. If you're looking for a webcam, guys, just for, live streaming, gaming, Zoom calls, whatever the case is going to be. This is a really, really nice little camera. And you guys know, I got a ton of cameras here in the studio. I got a whole half a side of a desk back here that's nothing but webcams. So when you see me saying, man, you need to check this camera out, believe me, you need to check this camera out. Now, no, this is not a PTZ camera. It doesn't have any of the tracking capabilities like this camera does right here or some of my other cameras. No, you can't put an SD card into it or any of that kind of stuff. But for a lot of people just starting out, just starting their journey, this is going to be a great camera. And for you ladies and some guys, maybe you're doing some makeup tutorials and you want that glamorous light. It has the built-in ring light. You can be as close to this camera as you want to. And you got really nice, even flat lighting all the way around your face. Or a product, if you're trying to show off a product, that's another, good advantage to using a camera like this. So definitely check that guy out. Rockstar stuff, babies. Rockstar stuff. All right, what do we got next? Next item in the carousel. Okay, so we're going to go through this one pretty quick. So I have other drones here also from DJI. So I got recently into the FPV kind of arena of, flying drones. I have still not mastered flying full manual, but it will happen this year, believe that. All right, so this bundle that we're about to talk about comes with a few accessories. You're going to get the FPV goggles. This is the N3. This has your lenses inside, built-in battery, has additional antennas here for range, very, very well built. Love this. It also has the defogger here because that comes in really handy if you live in a state like Texas, okay? So there is your goggles, okay? Now, there's two ways to fly this drone and your two options. Now, the bundle that I received came with the DJI Avata, and it came with this motion controller, the Motion 3 controller. This is kind of like a joystick controller that allows you to fly the drone, control the drone. It's got some acro, features where it can do flips and all that kind of stuff. Now, all of that can only be done with this specific controller. Now, I have added some accessories just recently to the drone, including today. So you guys can see pretty much what this FPV drone looks like. Now, this one only has a single axis gimbal, but, because of the way it flies and the design of it, because this is a ducted drone, so that means it has these rings around the propellers, which is safer. But I did add these rubber pieces on here and also this spine protector in case I crash, and also a gimbal protector in case I crash. And because I live in Texas, I added today these motor protectors. And basically what these do is they're just like little caps, and they prevent dust or moisture or anything like that from getting into the motors when the drone is flying, okay? Now, this is also another Fly More combo. It's going to come with 3 batteries, the charger, the goggles, and it also comes with the controller that I showed you guys, okay? Now, there is another controller you can get for this. But right now, for everything that I just mentioned, you can get the drone, the controller, the 3 batteries, the charger, all of that, guys, for $789. And most of these other accessories are all under $10 or $20 each. Yes, a lot of these things were sent to me just like the drone to review, but I'm telling you, this is stuff I would spend my own hard-earned money on, okay? So yeah, this is a win, guys. This is a win. And then the other controller, which is the FPV controller, which is this guy here. All right, so this is what's going to allow you to do full manual with this drone. What full manual means, if you've ever seen like, Red Bull's drone competitions, drone racing and stuff like that, those guys are flying in full manual, okay? No automated assistance or anything like that. They're controlling everything, the throttle, they're controlling the yaw, the pitch, everything in real time. A lot of times when we're flying these DJI drones, they have a lot of features built in to prevent them from crashing into things, prevent them from falling out of the sky. But when you're doing full manual, bro, trust me, you driving the boat. Okay, you're flying the drone. Every aspect of it is in your control. So that's why it takes a lot of people a long time to master full manual. I just started using a simulator to really try to get my mind around the difference in the joysticks on this controller versus my standard, video camera drones, because the controller operates a little bit differently. But anyway, check it out. All right. So, and this is the battery pack. As I mentioned before, it comes with 3 batteries and the charger, and the this controller right here. So if I have to pick one controller, I would say this controller is going to be better for somebody who's really trying to learn to fly manual and wants more stick time and really wants to focus on, their flight skills. Now, most of you guys already know I am Part 107 certified, to fly commercially, for drones. But if I was just starting out and not using these drones for any commercial things, this would be the controller I would want to use, because this controller gives you the same type of movements that you're used to. If you remember, some of those Wii controllers and stuff like that back in the day, a joystick, buttons, dials, all of that, a little trigger on here. This is going to be much easier to control the drone. Plus, you're looking through the goggles. So what you see through the goggles is coming directly from the camera of the drone. So definitely check it out. Definitely worth your interest. Now, the second controller is $194 and I think 62 cents, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, 62 cents. Now, I have not seen a bundle yet that includes that one, where you buy a bundle where it's the drone, the goggles or whatever, and you get that other controller. Like, the other controller, the FPV controller, seems to always be sold separately. Okay. But a lot of the other accessories that I added to the drone here recently, you can see those here in the carousel as well, like the bumper guards that we just talked about. You find them here in the carousel. The spine cover in case the drone flips over. You can find it here on my storefront, and it's only $9.99, guys. You're going to invest almost $1,000 into a drone. You want to protect it as best as possible. So, definitely take a look at some of these accessories. And the gimbal protection was one of the most important things, because these drones, whenever they crash, they seem to always fly into something, straight forward into something. So having that little bit of extra aluminum ahead of the gimbal so that it can hit that instead of hitting the gimbal, trust me, guys, that's going to be a win for you. Now, even with this little controller, I have another upgrade just on the controller, and I'll show that to you guys here real quick. So this controller is normally the gray that you see right here. And this is very slippery in the hand. That's why I have this little lanyard on here, okay? But one of the things that I did get recently is this little silicone little sock, if you want to call it that. And that just gives you a little bit more grip, when you're handling this controller, because, you can't see this when you're flying because you have the goggles on. So you're relying on being able to quickly, use muscle memory to get from one position to another, whether it's from the dial here or the return to home button, the joystick, the launch or brake button, or either the power button on this side, the record button on this side. So yeah, just getting used to that. I would say take this and just kind of play with it. Even while you're watching TV, just, muscle memory, remembering, this is up, this is down, this is left, this is right. This is, for your menu. You can also press in here. This is going to be for pause or for return to home or menu button here. This is going to start the drone. Over here is the power button on this side. This is your throttle. So, it has like two positions. So the first position, if you just touch it, it'll have I'll show you with the other drone what I mean by that. You can just touch it and it's going to give you control of the drone. You pull it in all the way, then it's going to be like full throttle. And if you push it outward, it'll make the drone fly backwards. Okay. So yeah, definitely check this out. Look at all of the different accessories, guys. It's just going to make your experience better, easier on you, especially if you were to drop something like this, onto concrete or rocks or, God forbid, off the side of a mountain. That's why I say wear your lanyard. Don't let people tell you, I ain't wearing no lanyard, Rome. Okay, then you must be. Louis, stop it. Stop attacking me, Louis. Louis was just shooting at me for some reason. I don't know what is going on with you today, bro. You need to chill. But anyways, let me move this goggles out of your way. Maybe that's what's annoying you. Okay, I'll get them. I'll get them out of the way. Okay. All right. Man, always some drama in here. Always some drama. But anyway, as I was saying, do whatever makes, your experience easier and better, whether it's accessories, whether it's, practice. Trust me, guys, practice makes perfect. I fly my drones in the house. I fly my drones in the backyard. I fly my drones around the neighborhood because a lot of times in commercial settings, I might be asked to fly these drones in some crazy places. I have to be 100% confident in my skill set to be able to, achieve the goals of whatever the client's expecting. So the only way you're going to get to that is practice. All right. What do we have next? All right. So we have one more drone. Let me highlight that real quick. And that is this drone right here, also from DJI. This is the DJI Neo 2. Excuse me. Now, this drone is more of a consumer-based drone, but it does have a lot of cool features. The drone I just showed you guys has no obstacle avoidance whatsoever. This little drone for only $259 has 360-degree obstacle avoidance. It also has LiDAR in the front like my big drone, so that means it will detect objects in front of it. It has a 4K camera, 2-axis gimbal. So there's 5 different ways you can fly this drone, guys. You can fly it by just pressing these buttons here on the side, and choosing different modes right from here. You can also control this with your phone. You can control this with a smartwatch, a modern watch like an Apple Watch or, Samsung Watch that you can install apps on. You'll be able to control it with that as well. You can control this with the Motion 3 controller. You can control this with the FPV controller 3, and you can control this with the RC3 controller, which is the one that I use for my big drones. So this one little drone, believe it or not, can be controlled by 5 different things. I mean, this thing is amazing, guys. I mean, for what it is, as small as it is, the only disadvantage I have with this drone is that it does not broadcast remote ID. So when I am flying this drone commercially, I have to have a remote ID module on it, where all of my other drones automatically broadcast remote ID. All of those drones back there also had to be registered with the FAA. This drone, being under 249 grams, does not require it to be registered. But if I was going to use it commercially, I would still need to register the drone and also the remote ID module, which you can also get here on Amazon. Okay. Now you can get this drone without this little transceiver here, but this transceiver is what's going to allow you to control this with the other remotes. You can purchase the drone without it and just use your phone to control it or your gestures. This has some Jedi mind tricks too, because you have gesture control where you can move the drone around and control it with just, hand movements, having it come to you, go away from you, expand your arms and things like that. A lot of little gestures you can do to control this guy. So this is a pretty cool little drone. I'll throw up tomorrow or sometime soon more video that I've captured with this drone. And if you want to compare the two, let me grab the other one so you guys can see the size difference between these two drones. Let me see if I can hold both of them. So this is the Avata 2, and this is the DJI Neo 2. Okay. So you guys can see the difference in the size. Now, of course, this is a faster drone. This is a more powerful drone. It has, format features that this one doesn't have. This only records in like a standard video format, where this one has, DJI's raw or flat profile, which is going to be more akin to commercial work, professional work, things like that. Both of them can shoot photos, but this can shoot photos in either JPEG or in a raw format. So yeah, you have more flexibility with this drone than you do with this one, but this one has more safety features because it just will not crash into things. Trust me, I have tried. This drone, I literally crashed it the first day I got it, right in the backyard, messing with my dog, and I forgot, that I was as close to the fence as I was, and I just flew right into the fence. But this thing is built like a tank. It just bounced off the fence and it just kept flying. So, it is what it is. This one is built similarly, but if I had to choose between the two for durability, I'm going to go with the Avata. But for new features, this guy right here, under $300, guys. And it will work with all of those other accessories. The only reason this drone would not be ideal for me for commercial work is that one limitation: it cannot, natively broadcast remote ID. If you don't know what remote ID is, just Google remote ID for drones, and there'll be an explanation for it. All right. And I know, Richard, Richard, you're waiting for me to fly that drone here in the studio. I know you were. You ain't fooling me, bro. You ain't fooling me. I know you were thinking it. All right, let me grab my other backpack down here. So I have this other backpack that was sent out to me a couple of months ago. And let me zip it up, because I actually used this for the Avata 2. And that's this backpack. Let me highlight it in the carousel. Hold on. Give me a second. All right, so that's this backpack that you guys see right here. Now, of course, this one does not come with the built-in battery or anything like that, but I do have a battery bank in here that I carry with me. As you guys can see, I have a portable battery that I can use for charging up those batteries if I was out on location. This has a ton of pockets that I can put other things in, like, ND filters, all of that kind of jazz. It has, a bunch of different places where you can, connect things onto it. Like, this is almost, it's close. It's more emulating the military style, but it's not exactly that. But anyway, like I said, you got pockets in the front. You can put lights. You can put other accessories, front pocket. Then there's another additional pocket right here. You can store a bunch of stuff in here as well. That's convenient. And then the first larger section, and let me unzip it. You can put a lot of stuff inside of this mesh area right here, but then this area also unzips, and then that's going to reveal this secondary pouch behind, and that's normally where I keep the goggles, the drone, and everything else, the controller inside here. And I just zip this up kind of like that. And yes, Richard, double zippers all throughout this backpack, double zippers all throughout it. It has that feel of like a high-end backpack, for camera gear. Let me show you what else you have here. You got this quick access little pocket here on the side where you can quickly pop in. Like if you had a camera with a lens, you can just reach in here real quick, grab your camera, take a couple of shots, throw the camera back in without having to go through and open up all of those other different sections, right? And then back here in the back, you have another section that I keep like these little portable lights in here. And that's really nice, soft, moisture wicking material here on the back. Has one of those straps that you can hang this, like if you're going through the airport, and you can just put this on top of your luggage. Really decent little handle here on the top, and a secondary handle as well. So this is pretty much what the backpack looks like. It's got nice little rubberized feet underneath it as well. So yeah, I like this one. I like this one for my smaller drones. Now this is large enough that I could put the Avata, the goggles, the controllers, both of them, and the Neo all in this one backpack. And I still got space for my battery and everything else in this backpack. Now, this backpack, guys, right now is only $46.98. $46.98, water resistant. You got pockets for your water bottles, all of that kind of stuff. So if you're going hiking, camping, whatever it is you're getting into, glamping, as I said before, this could be a great little day or weekend, trip bag, or just a bag, for your quick commercial work, whatever it's going to be. It's a win, babies. And the price is right. Remote ID is, yes, Richard, you're absolutely correct. It is the license plate for your drone that's being broadcast from your drone in real time when it's up in the air. So that's how the FAA knows which drone from whom is in the air at any given time at any given location. That's one of our requirements as Part 107 pilots, is that we have to be broadcasting remote ID when we're doing commercial work. Did I just open Photoshop for some reason? Yes, I did. Hold on, y'all. Let me close Photoshop. I don't know how I accidentally opened Photoshop. But anyway, let's keep rolling. What do we have next? We got 2 more items in the carousel. All right, so this little item right here, very budget, under $20, magnetic, RGB, 400 lumen flashlight, okay? Magnetic, okay? So this thing has a magnet at the bottom. Let me show you. So it's got a magnet right here at the bottom. You guys can see that. It has an adjustable belt strap, so you can kind of move it to whatever position you want to. It's magnetically connected. You guys see how that works. Now, the head of the light swivels like a little owl, so you can have it front facing, straight forward like this. Or if you wanted to, position it in a certain direction, you could mount this, connect this to a ball cap or on a vest, going forward. You have this little switch over here on the side. That's your lock. That's your light on. When you open this up, this is for charging it. It does have a USB-C. Over here, we have our power button. We have our intensity dial right here as well. So I can pop this guy up. I can press this and hold it, turn it on. So guys, see the blue light right here? That's our RGB. And this, you can go through all the different RGB colors. I probably needed to charge this. Hold on. There we go. So there's our RGB. So I can go through my different RGB colors. And if you double tap it, once you get it into the color you want it to be, let's say it's red, for alert, you can double tap this and then it will become like a little beacon. So you could have this out in the wild with you. If you needed to notify somebody where you were, that's going to be a win. Now this, in this mode, is only 10 lumens. You can't, make it bright or anything, but it is nice that it is, included with it. And then again, if you just press and hold, so it'll go through like a variation of different colors. If you just keep pressing, double tapping, you get a bunch of different lights. Okay, I'm gonna stop this before I cause somebody to have an issue. But anyway, let me turn this guy off real quick. Hold on. There we go. So you guys see what it looks like. Very small, very portable. I think Alan told me just recently he bought one of these flashlights because he saw me talking about it a couple of days ago on one of my streams. But like I said, all metal, built-in magnet, all of that kind of cool jazz for only $19.98. Definitely check this guy out. You see how small it is. Now, this is from Woobin, and I have reviewed a ton of their flashlights in the past. I can't say this is the best flashlight that I have reviewed from them, but this is a good flashlight for the price range that it's in. So definitely check this out. All right, let's keep it rolling. What do we got? Last item in the carousel. Well, last two items. One of them is this scale. Now, most of you guys know I'm a home chef, home cook. You know, dad can cook, hashtag baby. Yes. But 99% of the time when I cook from sight. I cook from just, that looks like enough. Yes, that's enough. Yes, that's enough. Okay. No, I don't use scales. I don't measure anything. And I've been told multiple times, Rome, if you really want to elevate your cooking, bro, you're going to have to really start to measure the ingredients to get them precisely, exactly, or at least in the ballpark. Yes, something like this definitely comes in handy. Let me go ahead and highlight that in the carousel. So right now, this guy is $59.99. There is a smartphone app for it as well. Now, Richard, you probably already know what I'm going to use this scale for. You know it's never going to make its way into the kitchen. I will be using this scale to compare things like this drone battery versus that drone battery, this lens versus this lens, this robot weighs this amount, that robot weighs that amount. You already know what I'm going to be using this for. But it has the full, set of units. You can go, grams, pounds, whatever it is, whatever you need to measure in, this has it. Now, for my fitness people out there, this will tie up. It will connect to your fitness apps. Like if you're, iOS user or Android user and you have a fitness app, you can connect to this. You can track your meals. You can measure your meals, all of that kind of stuff with this scale. So for a lot of people who are trying to get healthier, this is going to be an excellent product to take a look at. And like I said, beautiful design. As you guys can see here, it's really nice and shiny. It is a fingerprint magnet. I will admit that. The LCD screen on here is really nice. I mean, you can easily read this from almost across the room. If you put something on here, let's just weigh something real quick here. Let's grab our blue muffin. And we're going to wait. Let's wait for it to. Let me clear it. Hold on. Let's go grams. Okay, grams. And let's clear it. All right, it's on 0. So here's our muffin. That muffin is 25 grams. All right, let's try Louis' toy here. That is 166 grams. Let's try Louis. Wow, Louis, you might need to go on a diet, bro. You are 680 grams. Louis, you 680 grams, bro. Let's see the other robot. Let's see how much the other robot weighs. Okay, so let's just put it on there. Okay, well, this robot is 616 grams, so I guess that's not too bad, Louis. I can't put myself on this because this thing would explode, but you guys get the idea. All right, so let's check out our little flashlight. Let's see what our flashlight weighs. The flashlight, I didn't. But anyway, that's 54 grams, okay? 54 grams for this little flashlight. So yes, this guy is pretty cool. Has a ton of functions, including working with your fitness apps. This is a very, very nice product to have. All right. It is $59.99, if I didn't mention that before. 70K likes. Yeah. All right, my babies. All right. We got one item left in the carousel, so let's get right to it. Last item in the carousel, guys, is going to be these drawstring backpacks. You guys know why I talk about these every single string, because, Richard, these make great trick-or-treat bags. You can fill them to the brim with candy and sweets and cupcakes and everything nice. You can also use these for, reusable shopping bags. You could use them for storage bags. They also make great Christmas stocking options. So you could put like some little, cotton around here with your little heat gun, and you could make these into little Santa bags, and you could fill them with a whole bunch of cool items and, ship them. There's drone delivery everywhere. So if y'all want to just, pepper my backyard with a bunch of cool gifts, feel free to do so. Okay. And this might be the perfect vessel for that. But anyway, the other way that we use these backpacks, obviously, for a lot of you, you already know, we use them to provide items to the homeless in our communities. We source a lot of items right here on Amazon: toothpaste, toothbrush, shampoo, conditioner, hand sanitizer, pens, pencils, underwear, socks. Socks are in high demand. Female products, guys. Water sanitation tablets, reusable water bottles, those little thermal blankets. Luckily, we didn't get any snow or major ice, at least where I live down here in Texas, but I know other places in the state did happen. And if you're out on the streets living, in the rough like that, anything that you can do to help those people, guys, is a blessing, guys. It's a blessing. And it's just reinforcing to them that there are good people, that are good humans still living on this planet, concerned about other people's well-being. And I know that's a lot of you guys. I know it's a lot of you. So you can get these backpacks here, guys, for only $9.99. You can get a variety pack with a bunch of different colors, if that's your thing. Or you could get them in, just solid colors and just, uniformly give things out. Now, how do you make this happen? Get your HOA involved. Get your church involved. Get your school involved. Get your family and friends involved, guys. Donate a little bit of money every month toward the fund to be able to buy these items, buy these backpacks, and then, do a thing every month where everybody comes together and hang out. It could be at this person's house this month, that person's house next month. It's a chance for everybody to show off their new barbecue grill or their new pool or whatever it is. And you're doing good at the same time, guys. Trust me, that's a double blessing. Y'all know what I'm saying. So do good, babies. Do good. Louis is working right now trying to make it happen. I don't know if y'all can see. Louis is in the office right now. He's got his computer. He's got his desk. He's got some coffee. He's got some sticky notes and a little small plant, which is kind of weird. But yeah, he's got a little mini plant right there. And so Louis is trying to help out, trying to help us do some good in the world. So let me let Louis have some of the final words. Hey, Louis. Hey, Louis. Hey, buddy. Did you fall asleep? Hey, Louis. Hey, Louis. We're about to wrap up.
Detected. Last message not received.
Okay, well,
Please
I'm going to tell you. I am going to repeat. Louis, we're about to wrap up our stream on Amazon and YouTube, and I'd like you to say thank you to everyone. Remind them we'll be back here in 48 hours and give them some tips for helping the homeless in their community.
Absolutely. Thank you all for joining the stream. It's been a blast. We'll see you right back here in 48 hours. In the meantime, let's make a difference. Donate essentials like socks, hygiene items, and water to shelters or directly to those in need. Small acts of kindness go a long way. Stay wonderful, everyone.
And be a good human. Yes, be a good human, my babies. All right, so let's go ahead and let Louis take a little nap right here, because it's almost time for Rome to get in that kitchen and start throwing it down, slicing it up, flipping it around. Y'all know how we do. All right, to make sure I'm not missing anybody's comments here. Holy chat, what do we say here? What do you say? Be a good human. We need that more now than ever. Yes, sir, we do. Yes, we do. I cannot elaborate what's really going on inside of my brain, but probably a lot of you guys are thinking the exact thing. I know you are. All right, my babies, it's time for us to wrap it up. Time to do that thing. Let's go. All right, my babies, stay safe out there, guys. Wash your hands, wear a mask when appropriate, take care of your loved ones. Get out there and create something amazing each and every single day. Be a good human. Let that be your mantra. Be a good human. No matter what a person says to you, does towards you, thinks about you, whatever the case it is, it don't matter. Do good in the world. You will attract people like yourself. They will gravitate towards you guys, and you, me, them will be able to do more good things as time goes on. So keep it in motion, babies. Keep it in motion. Do good things. Don't talk about it, be about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. Y'all know what I'm saying. All right, y'all, it's time for me to wrap it up because Smokey's already doing laps over there. It's time for me to say them magic words. Them magic words. Peace, peace, and blue muffin grease. I am out, out. Boom, 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 my babies. I am out of here. But before I go, don't forget to follow my man Richard over there on the Tickety TikToks, because something tells me there is going to be
some drama in this camp, okay?
There's gonna be some bloopers, maybe, including a snorkel and some other stuff that somebody talked me into doing tonight, okay? Because it was not in my script to go get the goggles because you didn't see it in the carousel. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know, somebody's pulling Jedi mind tricks on you, brother, okay?
But anyway, you hear me? What do we say? I have white chocolate mocha iced tea. All right, Terry. All right. That sounds like the beginnings of a party, babies. A party. She's got that white mocha, man. Come on now. Y'all know how we do. I'm finna go make, I don't know what I'm finna go make. It's always a surprise to me. I walk in the kitchen and I spin around and I stop. Hammer time. And I decide what it is I'm going to cook. So that's kind of my routine. So don't judge me. Don't judge me. It's just good. It's no cameras in the kitchen that I know of, Richard, that I'm aware of, Richard. So, yeah. Ooh, righty then. I'll see you guys back here in about 48 hours, my babies. Love y'all. Mwah! But I got to go. I'm out. That's right. Peace, peace, and chicken grease. I'm out.